Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange Podcast. Stories by leaders for leaders to help you raise the bar on your own excellence, to release the potential inside of you. Now, here's today's podcast. Greetings, it's Hugh Ballou. Welcome to the Nonprofit Exchange. We're in our 7th year of interviewing people who have some wisdom to share, experience, what to do, what not to do, all kind of great ideas, business principles for nonprofit leaders and clergy in the most important time in history, leading the organizations to impacting people's lives. And one of the big challenges today, we're talking to you in the COVID time, the 2020 time, if you're listening to this podcast in another year, we're having to make a pivot, and leaders are having to think creatively in new ways and sometimes radically different ways. So my guest today is Scott Schilling, and he's going to tell you about himself. His company that he represents is Bee Konnected. So Scott, tell folks a little bit about you, the person, Scott, a little bit about your work, and then why do you do this work?
Well, thank you, Hugh. It's an honor to be here. I've been very blessed. I am an executive coach, an international trainer and speaker, and I've been blessed to share the stage with virtually every name you know. You might not know mine. That's okay. It wasn't my task at that time, but I've been fortunate enough to do probably over 2,500 live events and speaking to 1 million people live throughout my career. And so, I think that I was chosen for a time like this, quite frankly, and I've been trained up to get here on the way. My dad shared for a nonprofit for many years as a speaker, but never got paid a penny, and I could never understand why he was not home certain nights, but he was driving people to give to support this nonprofit. And my mom, when my daughter was graduating high school, my mom came and flew in from Florida for her graduation. She had a new gold watch on. And I said, "Mom, what's with the bling? That's not like you." And she said, "Oh, that's my 25-year volunteering watch from Florida hospitals." Now, my mom was 85 at the time. I said, "You mean you started at 60? She goes, "Doesn't everybody?" So I think a little bit of it is it's in my blood to want to be of service. And I saw my parents model their giving and their give back themselves so well that, as I became more mature, that's code word for older, I started to really understand that we all have this opportunity to give, to support, to help. And I was actually at an event where Cynthia Kersey was on the main stage. There were about 800 people in the audience, and she made this impassioned plea to support Habitat for Humanity. And nothing had ever hit my heart like that particular talk. She said, "Women, we're going to build 40 homes in 40 days. We're going to swing all the hammers, drive all the nails. Men, the only thing we need from you is your money." And so I was with two friends. One friend on the right side said, "I'm going to write her a big check." And it was a big check. And the friend on my left said, "I'm going to write a check, but not quite as big." And they both looked at me and said, "What are you going to do?" And I said, "I can't." And they said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, I'm in a stock play. We've launched this company. We've done these things, and I make a okay living, but I don't really have any extra capital, but I'm going to do something." "Well, what are you going to do?" I got no idea. I went up to Cynthia and said the same thing. "I'm going to support you. I don't know what I'm going to do." She goes, "Yeah, right." Well, what I realized is I knew a lot of people with a lot of good causes and had a lot of money, but I couldn't really ask them for their money to give to me so I could help her. So I figured out, how can I help them first? Well, I could tell their story. And what you find is everybody who's worth their salt, who's done well, is also very generous. they give and then they prosper. They don't give to prosper, but generosity builds and creates prosperity. Well, what I did is I created and put their stories into my first book, Talking with Giants. There's 15 stories about 15 world changers that all had a charity that they supported. And so from that day forward in 2007, all the proceeds from that book have gone to all those charities. I couldn't write a check. It didn't mean I couldn't do something. I had to get innovative in how I wanted to do it. And that's what I did.
So tell us a little bit about your logos behind you, Bee Konnected. And so what do you do at Bee Konnected and why do you do it?
Well, we started building Bee Konnected before the pandemic because what we were recognizing is the world was losing its connectivity. We live in a microwave communication society, right? We don't even bother to use a phone as a phone. It's a texting device. And we were, people were losing connection with other human beings. It's one of the reasons that I refuse the social distance. Now I'll physical distance for safety, but I won't social distance. See, we're social beings. And so we recognize that as social beings, we were coming into a time where we really needed more connectivity. And our CEO and co-founder, Tanya Hoffman, who was also the founder of the Public Speakers Association, realized that there were lots of amazing people with great expertise that expertise was not reaching the people who needed to hear it. And that frustrated her. So she became the bridge and introduced people in many cases. But that's not scalable. It's not duplicatable. And over time kinds of wears you out. So one day she was thinking on it and she said, why couldn't we just create dating software for the business world? And that was the light bulb moment. And so Be Konnected is really a process of using algorithms and artificial intelligence to match business profiles with other business profiles, that at the touch of a button, you can use technology to find the right connection for you. Then we added the tools and we added the training necessary to grow businesses and grow opportunities in this environment. It just so happened that the pandemic came along and basically the solutions that we provide at Be Konnected are the ones that were absolutely needed in this environment. And so that's how we really started Be Konnected, was to increase people's ability to connect. And it just turns out at a time where connections are the most critical.
Well, so we think we're connected all over with social media, but I see people just posting things and giving opinions. And really, connections to me is about building relationships. So how does and you spoke of a dating site, you get an introduction, but how does it help people build relationships with one another?
Well, a variety of ways. Number one, when you fill out your profile, our algorithms and artificial intelligence, when you want to find a connection, will take your profile and your target market or your desired people that you want to meet, and it'll search our community and find them for you based on your own criteria. So that's the first thing it does, is it connects you there. But we are a permission-based system, which means no private contact information is exchanged until permission is granted. So now if I search and your name pops up and I look at your profile and I say, this guy's really got it going on, I really love what I can tell about him, I now send a connection request to you. And before you approve it, you have the option to look at my profile and see if we're like-minded, like-hearted, if we're going on that same path. Then and only then, once you accept that connection request, is private contact information exchanged. Well, at that point, we suggest, how do you like the meetings? And you've put that in your profile. I like doing Zoom meetings so I can see people. Well, You accept the meeting. Now we start to build a relationship.
Mm.
We've got, in other words, all the pre-qualifications as to our skill sets, our working areas, all those things have been done through technology because of our mutual profiles. Now you and I can immediately get into building a quality relationship. And to ensure that we do that, we've established a 5-star rating system inside the platform. So after we're done, I can say, hey, Hugh was an amazing guy, gave me some referrals I didn't even ask for. Boy, if you don't know him, you need to, 5 stars. Well, our algorithms are programmed so that the more 5-star ratings you get, the more profiles you'll be matched with. But the other side of it is if there's ever a 2 or a 1-star, they're flagged in the system. 2 stars to be coach, counseled, and guided how to become better. And 1 stars, if you're really a troll, if you're not doing this for the right reasons, we reserve the right to discipline all the way to removing them from the platform. So again, we are a self-policing agency really that wants people to build quality relationships that stand the test of time.
So that's it's intriguing. What's the difference? I mean, why couldn't I just do this on LinkedIn?
Well, there's a variety of reasons. 760 million total users, of which about
Just
10,
say that again.
760 million total users.
On Bee Konnected.
No, on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn. Oh, okay.
And 10% pay over $1,000 a year to escape the other 90%. It's so busy, it's so noisy, and they don't match profiles at all. It just kind of becomes a hunt for a title kind of thing. It's like a hunt for Red October, right? And so we're actually matching people that have already kind of pre-qualified their desires, their needs, their wants. We do that really within a matter of a second or so. And then we encourage those personal relationships. Again, LinkedIn has done a fine job. Obviously, you don't have 760 million users and not do a good job, but it has also gotten very noisy. And with the pandemic, I mean, how do you argue Facebook at 2.4 billion monthly visitors? Well, the only problem with that is, or a problem with that is, you take your hard earned money trying to find your target market,
Mm-hmm.
you're behind 2 cat videos and a bowl of oatmeal. I mean, how do you even get found? See, we're about being found, being heard, and being seen. Our desire is to have 1 million members in the first 12 months, but 1 million really good ones. We don't want everybody, just the best of the best.
That's a lot of people. So are you United States based?
We are actually Austin, Texas based, but we were already in 37 countries around the world, and we have not tried a worldwide outreach yet. It's just happening.
So if I wanted to build relationships on there, would it be the kind of thing that I could look for advisors for my nonprofit or board members or volunteers? Is that the kind of thing that I would be looking for?
You could find any and all of that. If somebody as they're filling out their profile has a volunteerism as one of their interests or hobbies, right? Or helping nonprofits, or providing um, guidance and counseling. All those kinds of things are part of the profile. So yeah, you can find some absolutely amazing people at Bee Konnected.
That's a common problem. We Supervision help early stage and emerging nonprofits, people starting it up or just trying to get it to grow. And the common complaint is, I don't know who to ask to be on my board. And you've got to have at least 3 board members to get started. And so this would be one pathway to go develop relationships with people. And I don't, and it really, so give me a better idea of the process. You don't just, oh, here's Joe Smith. Hey, Joe, would you be on my board? So it's not exactly making a hit and run kind of thing like that. So what's the process of building the relationships and getting a group around you?
Well, one of the things that I do, because I reach out to new community members every day, or I'm working to expand my network every day, and so typically I'll use the connection generator, which is our proprietary platform. I touch a button. Within a second, I have 6 profiles that pop up. I get to look at their business summary that's right there next to their picture, and I can kind of get a feel for, okay, this is a person that I'd really like to learn more about, or not, whatever. Then I can hit their a little icon that pops their profile up. I can read their humble brag about them, right? They built their profile, so they get to tell me how awesome they are, and I get to read through their various things. If they have videos of themselves, they can post those. In other words, this is their place, this is their billboard. Well, now if I determine that I, again, like what I see, I create this connection request and say, hey, I like connecting by Zoom or by phone. Would you, hey, Hugh, very impressive profile, really awesome. I would love to learn more about what you do and how you do it. I would love to connect. How about you? Now you get to look at mine. That's my approach. That's exactly what I put in the connection request.
Mhm.
You know, and you now look at mine and say, wow, this guy's, you know, spoken to 1 million people live and done 2,500 live events. Holy cow. I bet you he knows some folks. And now you say, yeah, let's talk. And then we do exactly that. It's, you know, Hugh, let me learn what you do and how you do it. Because through my career, I've been blessed to meet some absolutely amazing people. And while I may be the guy in certain circumstances for you, I also may know the guy or the woman that are the right ones for you. So that's what becomes pretty exciting.
So I've joined Bee Konnected, and that's where that's where it stops. I've started to look around, and it really looks fascinating. And so there's a special reason. Now, our title of today's interview is about innovative fundraising. And we are certainly in challenging times where it's not just the regular old dribble that we always did. So how do we tell us a little bit about this is for social entrepreneurs, define that term, if you will. And is there a way that nonprofits can generate revenue? We teach that there's 8 streams of revenue. One is business earned income. And I don't know if this comes under that category or if there are ways to solicit donations. How does the financial piece work?
Well, first of all, social entrepreneurialism is a for profit company doing nonprofit activities or helping nonprofit activities in many cases. So, again, we're a for profit company, but we have a heart to serve those who serve those. And so, one of the ways that we can accomplish that is very much remember, it's kind of why I led with this story about talking with giants. Even though I wanted to write the check, I couldn't write the check. Well, as much as Be Connected would love to support every nonprofit, you can't necessarily always write the check. Well, what could you do? What we recognized is what was happening in the nonprofit world. Donor fatigue was setting in, donations were down, members were bailing out. Not because they didn't like the nonprofit. We're all living through something we've never lived through before, right? I mean, it's just affecting everybody. And giving was down, all these different things were happening. So we said, well, let's take a look at what we do. Number one, we've got an amazing community of people. And because we were able to build this from the beginning, there's a lot of like-minded, like-hearted folks that understand that generosity builds prosperity, that we need to give back and have that. But the other side of it is we recognize that virtually every nonprofit has a whether it be a database, a donor list, um, a group of supporters, whatever the case might be. And if we could now say to them, what if we offered our product through your channel, through your followers, that they could become a member of Bee Konnected at a significantly reduced price that would make it attractive for them to take that action. And when they do that, um, that's a benefit to them. They're building their business. They're doing it at a reduced price. That's a great win for your followers. And at the same time they do that, we're going to contribute to the nonprofit a commission, a stipend, a, a grant, whatever you want to call it, because one of your people, while they maybe couldn't write you the check today because they're concerned about their business, join Bee Konnected so they can work on their business. But because you had a hand in it, we're going to write the check to you. And then we're going to do one more thing. When the person who joins Bee Konnected through your, contact, then pays their monthly recurring um, membership fee, we're going to give you a 20% residual every month on that exact same person for as long as they stay a member of Bee Konnected. So not only do you get immediate money to help you with your worthy cause, you're going to get continuing money going on. And then let's take it one step further and gift you your own Bee Konnected account so that you can, in fact, start to become part of the community so that we can share the message of you and your nonprofit. We'll even put your name on our website, and we'll encourage encourage our members to support you. And then let's take it one step further. Let's do this at absolutely no cost to you. This is our give back to the organizations that decide to come on board with us. And literally, we had, I think, 33 or 34 in the first 10 days that we announced the program. And so we're pursuing working with them to, again, raise whatever money they need. I told you before we went live, I was talking to a friend of mine in this fundraising space yesterday. He said one of the projects he's working on is trying to find replacement for the $50 million shortfall Special Olympics has right now. 50 million. Well, if it's hurt somebody like Special Olympics, it's hurt virtually everybody. And whatever the number is serious to you, just like that number is serious to them. We're working with one group that before the pandemic had 125,000 members. And when we talked to them last week, they're down to 80,000 members. They've lost 36% of their membership, which is at least that much in funding or more. So we want to do our part.
Wow. It's there's some significant trimming. I think part of what we teach, one of the 8 streams, like I said, was business earned income. And what you're talking about, and you were on a webinar that Cinevision did a week and a half ago about affiliate methodology. So Cinevision has memberships, and I have training programs that people can offer uh, to their members, and then the nonprofit gets a commission on that. That's an affiliate commission. Amazon Smile is an affiliate.
Right.
Walmart has a program. Most major merchants have an affiliate program. You just have to know where to go and find it and sign up for it. What you're offering is a multifaceted program, whereas if I signed up and I had my members come on and pay for a membership, then I would have recurring revenue. What I'm really most interested in helping people figure out is how to create sustainable recurring revenue in multiple ways. And so Bee Konnected is part of that big puzzle. So So this is really an innovative way to close a gap that's been created. Um, so hmm. So if I signed up, just let's walk through a scenario here.
Sure.
Just a one, two, three. So I've signed up, and so then I need to get registered as an affiliate. And so
Right.
what we will do, just to be clear, a Center Vision Leadership Foundation will be an affiliate if you decide to participate in this program. So we can't keep secrets like that. Just it's important to be transparent about that. But an affiliate program, you didn't say it exactly this way, but I consider affiliate programs a win-win.
Right.
Somebody, you share with somebody something that's valuable, they win because they find the value. And then when you refer somebody to your favorite restaurant, they don't offer you a free meal.
Right.
So they should though. But you always want to tell people this is a good place and go and eat. And there's no reason to feel guilty about receiving a referral fee because we're helping people find something they need. And then the company we're referring people to gives us that money rather than spending it in media for advertising.
Right.
So they're just taking that same dollar and giving it to the person that did the word of mouth promotion. And so some of us in the for-purpose nonprofit tax exempt business category um, really shun away from that kind of opportunity to create that kind of revenue when in fact it's a very fair system. You know, you help other people find things and you get a reward for helping put that together. And the more you do it, the more you're going to raise your own revenue for your charity. So it goes to a good cause. So it's donated from Bee Konnected to the nonprofit.
Right. Exactly. And so what we did is we created a kind of an extension of our affiliate program so that the nonprofits didn't need to become an affiliate to still gain that advantage, that the original affiliate who introduced us would also gain some benefit, but that the nonprofit would simply just work with us to coordinate their activity. In fact, somebody said to me today, as we were talking about this program, a new nonprofit came on. So you want me to give you my list? I said, I have zero desire for you to give me your list. That is not the way this works. We will give you the information for you to send to your list. These are your people. We are simply working to give them something that is attractive to them that will create a revenue stream for you. Our desire is to get you the funding you need to continue the work you're doing. And we want to take as much of the rest of the work away from you, um, and have zero desire to grab anything from you. This is a give back program. That's why there's, for the nonprofits, there's a no cost portion. I mean, we're not we simply restructured our own program to make it innovative so that we could direct the money to nonprofits.
Say more about that.
Well, I mean, we do have an affiliate program, and so if you were to go out and get a for-profit business or a simple entrepreneur, as you said, under the affiliate program, you would get a commission and all those typical affiliate payments would take place. Well, we just looked at the way we designed our affiliate program and said, how do we reward the affiliates for introducing us to the nonprofits, and then take the mechanism itself and make sure that the vast majority of the funds go to the nonprofit so that they can do their works. And it's kind of a math problem. You just kind of sit down and figure out, you know, this many dollars was going here, this many was going here, let's redirect these over here and let's do this over here. And when we do all that, the winner is going to be the nonprofit and who they serve. Now that's pretty exciting.
So Be Connected is really a connection platform. There's no products offered, are there?
Yeah, well, we've got coaching. and we've got tools. We offer uh, connectivity. We offer some travel benefits. We offer a variety of different things to save money or reduce costs for people. So yeah, we do have some things
Okay.
that are, you know, also beneficial beyond just the connections. But if all you need is the connections, you can get it just that. And if you need some tools and training, you can get that and the connections. You can get. This is about you. This isn't about us. We're here to put a program together that serves um, people really at this time of need around the world. We want to reboot the economies around the world. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter. I was talking to Switzerland earlier today, and guess what? They're having the same problems we're having.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we got to pull together as a worldwide family and put some solutions in place.
We're having impact. This is a worldwide tragedy, and it's really there's nowhere you can go that you're not touched by this. I'm going to pause a minute and do a commercial. We do have sponsors that help us provide programs like the Nonprofit Exchange, and today's one of today's sponsors is Easy Card. So you can have the work of Center Vision Leadership Foundation in your hand if you take your cell phone and you send a text to the number 64600. It's 5 digits, 64600. Put that in the number, and then in the message, put 3 letters, LDR, short for leader, LDR. So you'll get a text back. You click on the link, and you'll get, if you're looking at this, or you can see it on the website, there's an easy card. It's like an app, but it's not an app. It's a virtual card that's parts of our website, and you can find out about Center Vision Leadership Foundation. You can find out about membership. There's a place here where you can join the community, and it's the missing ingredients you've been looking for. Our community is a community where peers come together and help each other, and it's content based. It's peer-to-peer masterminding, it's networking, it's learning, it's building your skills, it's building your influence, and learning how to create pathways to multiple streams of revenue for the organization you're in charge of. You've got the skills to do the work you do. We help you fill in the 90% of how do you build a stronger organization, a more engaged and powerful team. And that comes in the community, but you can have this connection to the community. And if you look at here, Nonprofit Exchange videos, you look here, there's Bee Konnected. Your logo didn't come through so well. If I just did this, okay, I'll have to fix that. Bee Konnected. And here it is. Here we are. I'm showing you the app by the app. So it's like looking at one of those multiple mirror things. So everything that we do. And so Easy Card, you're going to have your own Easy Card. And for your charity, your church, you can send a text out and be in touch with all your members. You can post meetings on here so people know where they're supposed to be. They've got it in their hand. We're so digitally connected today. And I find that emails really get lost, and I go looking for it. I spent 20 minutes looking for one yesterday that I had sent, and I finally found it because I was putting the wrong letter. But right here, I have everything I need to know about Center Vision and where I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to show up. So you can have, if you download this 64600 and put in the letters LDR, you'll have this, and then we will be connected, and I can shoot you a text every so often about something important that's happening. And you can have your own Easy Card. What if you were able to send to your volunteers, is a workday Saturday, 10 o'clock, don't forget. Friday, you send them a reminder, and they're, oh yes, I forgot. Here's where you're supposed to be, or this is the address where you're supposed to be. And they might have seen it, but didn't put it anywhere that they can find it. So they're all calling you up. Well, you could send them that out. Here's where it is. Or they could just pull out their Easy Card. So you can stay in touch with your tribe, your board, your volunteers. So Scott, walk us through some steps in building. Mr. Rash in Bedford, Virginia, down the road from me, has a worldwide organization, and he's in multiple countries. He wants to know, are the connections in other countries um, country specific or global?
They are country specific. In other words, we have members in Sri Lanka and Australia, New Zealand, um, Ghana, South Africa, Sweden. I don't know all 37 countries off the top of my head, but we got little presence all over the globe.
So so his Legacy International is a global. They're in multiple countries, so that wouldn't be it would be United States based, but they would be more of a global presence. Do you have other connections like that in Bee Konnected?
Yeah, we absolutely do, and again, that continues to grow on a daily basis. So it's pretty exciting what's going on.
What's going to grow right after this interview, because we're going to promote. So I get lost in LinkedIn and trying to drill down to the right person. So there's no connectivity tool. So walk me through a piece. I want to connect with a marketing person that is philanthropic and they would like to do some volunteer work or serve on a board or an advisory council. How would I go about starting a conversation with people who had a marketing background, or can I be that specific?
You can be absolutely that specific. You could say, I want a marketer in Lynchburg, if you wanted to. You could actually call out their title or classification. I want a chiropractor in Scottsdale, Arizona. Perfect. You can. There is an immediate member search, so you could call out geography, a doctor in Sweden. Perfect. You know, and Dr. Annika would pop up as an example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so then what would I do? Suppose I do a search and I find 10 people.
Well, then you get to look at their profiles and decide which one you like, or you like all 10. You could bookmark them and make friends with all 10. I think that's the one thing that our members continue to tell me as I talk, and I find with our membership, is people are really working diligently um, to create relationships. It's not so linear just to do business. I mean, they're doing business. Don't get me wrong; they're doing a lot of business, but they're finding, because it's a community that's very intentional, it's very purposeful. They're kind of sick and tired of being sick and tired, like you said, getting lost in LinkedIn or some of the crowds that are on some of the other socials and things like that. They just want to meet really good people. And so there are things that are consistent with really good people. And so when they gain that access, the other thing is, really good people know other really good people, right? So a lot of times you can make that connection. This is a little bit off the board, but I was talking to the Houston Chamber of Commerce, and they said, by chance, do you have any members in Australia? I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, we do. And they said, well, we've got a member who's been trying to get their product into Australia for 2 years now and doesn't know anybody and can't seem to make any progress. I said, well, I'm not going to tell you that our members that we have there are the right ones, but they are Australians. So, and what you'll find within the community is everybody is tremendously helpful. So even though they may not be the right one, they may know the right one. They used to say we're 6 degrees of separation. You're 6 people away from anybody you want to meet. I think with Bee Konnected, we're 1, maybe 2 people away from somebody we want to meet, that we haven't been able to.
So there's a reason behind that question. So may I let Mr. ask his question?
Sure.
So look at that, it's a handsome face. So J.E. Rash in Bedford, Legacy International is one of his 4 nonprofits that he's been managing for 40 plus years with a worldwide presence. So do you have a specific question behind what you're asking about global or country specific?
Well, yeah. Well, hi. First of all, thank you very much for being here today. The question I have is if we are, what I mean by country specific is, are the people in the country, let's say I'm in Dubai or UAE or something like that, and I want to connect with, uh, I want to make specific connections. Am I limited to the people in the UAE, or is it your global? My point is, do I have the connections globally
You have the
from the
connections
UAE? Does that
globally.
make?
You have access to the entire Bee Konnected community.
Okay, and then the next question then is, have you worked at all with connecting social entrepreneurs or social innovators with angel investors or impact investors?
I have personally talked to multiple investors to help them join the platform uh, because obviously funding is a big issue today, both in nonprofit and for profit. So um, people are, again, there's this combination of things happening all at the same time, right? People who have funds that want um, to invest in people are also looking for people, and they're kind of tired of having to cut through all the the total numbers and things like that. So what you'll find with the Be Connected membership is if we know that you want something, there's a lot of just plain referrals that happen because they say, hey, I met Hugh, I met whomever, right? And man, this is a good person. You should get to know him, right? Without anybody having to do any searching. We also have an instant chat feature in everybody's back office. So you can really nurture and reach out and meet people and grow relationships. Um, and if you haven't been able to find something through the platform, all you got to do is reach out to me. I pretty much know everybody through it. And you know, the point is I've got 5,000 contacts in my phone. Somebody says, how many people do you have to know? You know, one. If you know me, you got pretty much access to a lot of people.
So, Mr. Rash, what's behind your question? What are you trying to get at that we can be helpful with?
Well, exactly what Scott was just talking about. I mean, uh, because of funding drying up and and so many opportunities, but linking people to impact investors or getting their, or the example he was giving about the product for Australia. First I wanted to make sure that you had the access to the global market. But the other thing is that I think this is it seems to be a platform that's an opportunity for impact investors and angel investors, that goes along with kind of programs we're doing, is to match social entrepreneurs, training them and match them with impact investors or angel investors. So I was trying to see how the tool would operate in that with that intention.
Yeah, we actually somebody reached out to me last week through the platform and said we have this new project and we need X number of dollars. Do you know anybody? And I text another friend and I just said, hey, I got a friend who's looking for this amount on this kind of project. Are you interested in learning more? He goes, absolutely. Send me the cross introduction. So I agree, and that's only going to continue to get better as time goes on and more people come to the platform.
Lovely.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you for your question. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to let you go back to just listening. So, and he does amazing work in early, teenage and children and early life development programs, as well as many other varied programs. Um, so if I wanted to, so on the interview site at the nonprofitexchange.org, you go there and find today's show, the Be Connected show. Um, there'll be a link that you can click on, and it would be an affiliate link that Center Vision has. So it benefits everybody. So it leads you into the platform. And if you do have a 501c3, then you have no fee to pay to belong to this community. And so there's a number of opportunities to do some networking. I have people on LinkedIn, Scott, just hitting me up. Hey, I do web development. Can we? And their line is, can we connect? And we're already connected. And what they mean is, can we get on a Zoom call and I can sell you?
Right.
So that's just so prevalent. You
Yes.
know, hey, I need to. How about if I help you drive traffic to your website? I'm saying, well, we got 20,000 visitors a month. How many more do I need? Whatever. So, they don't know anything about you. So they're just kind of hitting you up. Now, your method is there's more of a conversation involved, but what's different in the conversation? I mean, that happens a lot in LinkedIn. People are just trying to sell you what they're doing. And a lot of independent contractors, marketing people, coaches, et cetera, technology people. So it's become really polluted with selling. And so talk a little different about the call. You talked a little bit about it, but compare it a little more, because I think it'd be really helpful. And part of what I work with nonprofits, and I'll give you the question, part of nonprofits is what I'm encouraging people to appoint one or two people in the organization to be the communications person, because we tend to take it all on as the leader, and we cannot do it all. I mean, look at all the different avenues that we have for technology, for instance. So we need your fundraiser, your funding specialist, development officer needs to maintain your contact base for your donors, but also we need to be out there spreading the word and talking to new people and building new relationships. So if we had a person that was in charge of Be Konnected, it would be almost like another social media platform, wouldn't it? I mean, how would they approach it, and how would it be different than, say, LinkedIn?
Well, again, I share this. There was a post on that platform last week, the week before, something like that, and it was a attractive woman, but it started in all capitals. Attention, men. Just because I accept your connection request does not automatically give you permission to ask me out on a date. And most people hear that and they say, oh, that can't be that big a thing, right? Well, 22,834 people responded to that post. And I've never seen that many people respond to a post on that platform. And so what it says to me is there are some things happening. And Hugh, like you said, the examples you were giving earlier, hey, why don't we connect? And I'll see if if we there's some synergies, or it is, hey, I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but now that we're connected, I'm, it seems like we would just be the perfect fit. So then why'd you reach out in the first place? Come on, it was a bot. They're playing a numbers game with a bot, and it's a totally. I actually accept every connection request that I get on LinkedIn, and when the bot pops up immediately, I say, "Oh, by the way, I accepted your request because I'm actually over on Bee Konnected. If you want to connect with me, go meet me there." So I'll play their own game back at them. But the fact of the matter is that it's become kind of insincere. It's a pure numbers game. It's like, oh my God, you've got a title. So because you've got a title, you must have accomplished something. And because you've accomplished something, I can get something from you. So, oh my goodness, I'm going after you. And it's really a shame. You said, why are we different? You know what? One of the things I'm proudest of is as we started finding our initial base of community members, is we were looking for like-minded, like-hearted people, and it was kind of, we're creating an intentional community here where people are coming here on purpose. we were very specific about the words. And the good news is we got really, really excellent people early. And because of that, like attracts like. And so we continue to have just really amazing people. And I've had people say, well, I got this whole group of people, and I got this tonnage, and they could all come over, but we want this deal at this. No, what we offer is a tremendous value. If you like it, take advantage of it. We welcome you. If not, you're in the wrong place. And so, I mean, I literally that day I turned down a group of 150,000 people that somebody was trying to offer up, but they weren't the right people. And so again, we're not. This is there's no formal. Um, when I say it's not the right people, it's those who get that desire, that intention to want to come and be part of something really special. And how do you get people like that? You tell them this is a group of people that have come because they want to be part of something special. And either they resonate with that or they not, right? I mean, I'm sure that you get different levels of people who are really working to do great work. And then there are people who are just kind of utilizing the nonprofit maybe in a not so great way, you know.
I think there's a lot of people wanting to do more, and we're really stuck on the funding piece. So this gives us new avenues to meet new people and have new conversations.
Mhm.
And it sounds like it's the kind of culture that we want to be connected with, not the heavily promotional commercial culture of LinkedIn. Facebook was originally, for family connections and pictures. We've turned it into a business marketing platform, but it's really hard to get eyeballs there. And then Twitter was, oh, I'm hanging out here, just letting people know where you were. It's turned into a political bashing ground. So it's nice to find something else that's about relationships and about doing good in the world, and having that kind of culture. So I commend you for your work there. So if you go to the nonprofitexchange.org, we'll have some connections for you to go and explore and get your own connected, because I'm seeing lots of possibilities for those of us in the kind of work we do in the charitable world to broaden our sphere of influence and to offer people an option to do the same, and then it would generate some passive revenue, which they would be very happy to do, because I'm happy when I buy something I know part of it's going to a cause. So I'm going to do another sponsor moment, then I'm going to come back to you. And is there a final thought about how to network, or how to use the platform, or any thought or challenge you want to give people? So our magazine that we publish is called a Nonprofit Performance 360. Here's an issue with Frank Shankowitz, founder of Make-A-Wish Foundation. And our sponsor today is our sponsor and printer for the magazine. So it's WordSprint, and WordSprint, there's their ad inside, and we're next to Grand Station. So they help you maintain relationships with your tribe with mail. You go in the mail, people get it on the other end. So it's mailed to your constituency, and in 20 years of actual mailings, 2.5 million mailings, that the donors stay donating, they raise the donations, they invite others to donate, because you have continued the relationship by letting them know that you've been really good stewards with the money they've given you. What's happened? What impact? So you send 30% of it is the message, the right message, 30% is the right person, and 30% is the right rhythm. So at least once a quarter, maybe more often, 2 months, you put something in their hand. It doesn't get lost in email. You put it in their hand, and it's something about your work. Then at the end of the year, this time of the year, if you've stayed in touch all year, they're going to make a donation because you've built that value recognition for what you've done. So WordSprint, it's one word, WordSprint, Bill Gilmer and his team would be glad to advise you and share information from their 2 decades of research on why donors give and how they keep giving, because you've created this program to stay in touch with your donors. So, Scott, what message do you want to leave people with today?
You know, I'm just honored to have the opportunity to share what we're doing here at Bee Konnected. And I know each and every one of you is, doing great work for absolutely, because it makes your heart sing. And there's nothing that I want more that makes my heart sing than to help you be able to accomplish that. When people say, Scott, you've done a lot of different things throughout your career, how would you describe what you do? The short answer is I help people help people. And there's nothing that makes me happier than helping all of you accomplish the goals. Mother Teresa was absolutely amazing, but I can tell you, I could never have gotten at that ground level like she did, because I'd be a bucket of goo. Now, helping her raise the money so that she could do that, I'd love to do that. It just, I've been built for something different. And so I'm just looking to use the talents and capabilities God's granted me to do what I can do with the tools I have.
Scott Schilling, representing Bee Konnected, BeeKonnected.com. It's on the Center Vision Leadership website at thenonprofitexchange.org. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. This is a really important tool for us to have today with nonprofits. So we're going to talk more. So thank you for being here. As listeners, please share this program with your friends. And Scott, thank you so much again for being our guest today.
My pleasure. Thank you.